So we are wondering, do you have a pet peeve? And I'm sure that you do. Everybody has a different pet peeve, right?
Yeah, or more than one.
Or more than one. Like, for instance, I hate loud chewing. Just
right, we know that about you.
under my skin.
Yes.
But that's what brings us to today's list.
Yeah, and it's a good list. So these are things that we actually got from Reddit. Well, I think it's something that, everybody can relate to this list. So these are readers that posted this, and this is just some of the pet peeves. Pet peeves, this is the way this was titled. Things that are so annoying, they should be made illegal.
But this was also before the pandemic. So
this was. So maybe there are things we could add to this. But number one on the list was commercials that are louder than the programs. I get that. That is annoying, especially at night. Like, when you're just kind of chilling and you're watching and all of a sudden the loud commercial comes on.
Chewing with your mouth open.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, this to me is so ingrained. Like, you chew with your mouth closed. So I don't know how people don't.
Some people do it, though.
I mean, know.
Yeah. No partitions between urinals.
I don't know what this is like. I can't imagine if that's what happened in the women's bathroom.
I think that is so funny that that's on the list.
I feel like we would be talking. Like, oh my gosh, did you see what happened today? If there were no partitions in the women's bathroom. I don't know. People. I don't understand. I've never been in a man's bathroom. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like in there. What happens? What do you guys do? Do you talk to each other? No?
Sometimes no. Okay. Mostly no.
I don't know. I'm just saying. These are things I haven't seen before. Last on the list was being mean to cashiers. And I do hate this. I feel like, you know what? If you have problems within a store, it is not the person who's making $15 an hour's fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's way up the chain. And don't ruin somebody else's day because, of something.
Or like the waitstaff in a restaurant, when someone is, doesn't say thank you or doesn't say please. And, you start to realize that, especially if you're sharing the table with that person and you think, well, why wouldn't you say thank you? Like, that person's working hard.
Just be nice to people.
Yeah, just be nice to people. And I will add three, and they all have to do with cell phones. So number one is people who are talking, like having a conversation, like in Marshall's, and all of a sudden you're hearing everything they're saying. I'm not saying this happened in Marshall's. I'm just saying, for example, a place like Marshall's, and they're on their phone talking really loudly, or they're talking so much, or they're like got their head buried, and they don't know they're not watching where they're going, like out on the sidewalk or in a store or whatever, and you think they're going to run into you. And then, and this is illegal actually, people who are looking at their phones
while they're driving,
because so often, and Route 28, we go past somebody and we're seeing somebody like driving like this, and then you look over and sure enough, they're looking down at something.
I wonder, I'm sure most people do this because Frankie and I we always do this. Of course, on their phone.
On their phone.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really dangerous. So anyhow,
it is.
Those are my additional pet peeves to our list.
That was a nice roundup of
I feel like I've had therapy here this morning. Thank you all for listening.
I'm so glad to hear that. Before we even started the show, I stood up on the chair. I was like, let's do it! Come on!
It's like, don't fall off the chair. You're going to hurt yourself, Heather.
Not good.
Moments before we go on.